To dream or not to dream? That is the question. Well, you might recognize that from Shakespeare, to be or not to be. But today I'm using that phrase to say, should you, or ask rather, should you have a target school, a dream school, a dream university, or not? Is it harmful to set yourself up and say, I want to go here, no matter what, this is where I want to be? Or is it constructive? Is it grounding you and helping you figure out your roadmap to the ideal college or university for you during this time? So that's basically what we're going to be exploring today. Before I get started, my name is Marissa and I am a student success coach. I work with students and families to help eliminate the stress from the college admissions process. I do that by guiding students through writing incredible prompts so that they can find their voice and stand out in a crowded pool of applicants, and make sure that they are targeting the right schools and feeling confident and equipped for the journey ahead. Not just to be admitted into their dream schools or potential schools, but what that will look like afterwards. So if this topic sounds interesting to you and these themes, this is basically what I will be exploring. So come on. All right, so today the question that I really want to tackle is a very popular one, really an age-old question in the university admissions world. Should you have a dream school? Should you have a target university that you are aiming for? It's complex, and we're going to unpack that. I won't tell you where I stand on that. I'm just going to give you some perspectives to ponder, right? So something like this, there are definitely pros and cons. Let's just get that out of the way. So I would say one benefit of having a target school or target university that you're aiming for in the college admissions process is that it's a way for you to see what is possible with your future, right? You are able to get a vision of the type of college experience you want to have. And you have a specific campus, you have a specific community. That particular school, has probably a specific set of core values that probably resonate with students who tend to have a target institution, right? You might also have a strong sense of what you want to major in. And so there are benefits of being able to target a particular university that is known for excellence and a great robust network in your field of interest to say, you know what, this is where I see myself. I can see what is possible, and I can also see how this particular institution could prepare me for a future beyond what I could imagine, but I just feel confident that this could be a particular place for me to thrive, for me to flourish as a young adult and emerging professional. So that would be a benefit. That would be a benefit because you see the vision. It provides a level of clarity in your college search process. So that would be, one check mark for having a target university. I would say another one, which is closely related, is that it gives you a roadmap to the type of schools that you are potentially interested in applying to as well. So it can inform the rest of your college list, because if you're looking at a particular school and say, these are the core things that I really, really love about this school, this is why it's my number one, I just see myself here, I'm already wearing the sweater, I'm already envisioning myself walking down the hallways, I see myself vibing within this community, this is me. Okay, slow it down. We still got to get in. And what this could do is inform your list, right? You'll then be able to say, here are the things that I love about this particular school that is up here for me. Let's see how I can replicate that, particularly in other institutions, in other locations around the US that could also potentially be a good fit. So, you obviously don't apply to just one school or just the dream school in particular, but it can help to ground the list and say, this is what I love. I'm looking for these aspects. I want to have these particular traits. I want this particular, type of career center, this particular type of community, this particular student to faculty ratio, and what have you, this particular sense of school spirit, and so many other things that students tend to consider when thinking through their college experience. So that's another win, right? Okay. So on the flip side, of course, there's got to be some con. Yeah, definitely. I would say that one potential con that I've seen is that it will narrow their focus, particularly students who are fixated on a particular institution. I don't know, it might hold some sentimental value to them. It might be a school that, meant something to them in their formative years, or another family member went there, what have you, or friend. There's some sort of connection or introduction to that school that it's made an impression. And the problem with that is it can narrow your vision and lock you in before, too soon. And the beauty of the college application process is it's supposed to be a time of seeing what is possible, right? It's supposed to be a time of possibilities, of you exploring your options to say, what do I like? Yes, I could target this huge size institution, but I could also pursue this other smaller liberal arts school because there are some things here that also resonate with me. The problem with the target is that it could really narrow your focus, especially if you're not quite certain on what you want to major in. And it might just be a little too soon. And I've also seen that a lot, where students might just, again, have this affinity for a school. And yes, truthfully, it's a great school, but clearly it's not the only one. There can be other options. And what can tend to happen here is that the narrowing of the focus kind of takes away from the application process, where it's a time of exploration and research, and being able to potentially visit and connect with schools that could potentially resonate with you, right? It can take that off the table. So that narrowing of the focus could be a problem. And then I would say another con, of course, is the ultimate one, where it could be a potential setup for disappointment, right? Just because you have a target school, just because you have a history, an affinity for this school, people there, a family member went there, or whatever the reason is, you still have to go through your unique experience of this college admissions process. Times have changed. It's different. Your background, your unique experiences all have to be taken into consideration. And institutions have, varying expectations every year. Some school might have one vision for their class, and then the next year have a different vision for who they see making up an entire graduating class. And so the priorities change on the institution side as well. And sometimes I've also seen students, really potentially set themselves up for disaster if they are not open to receiving feedback that could inform their process and, potentially create options that they didn't even think about or didn't know were possible, right? So I would say with everything, of course, there are pros and cons. It's great to have a dream. It's great to have goals, but we also want to make sure that during this time, it's also a time of exploration. It's also a time of seeing what is possible. So while we can target, and say, yes, um, I have a vision. This is the vision. This is where I see myself. And this could inform my entire college list and get things over with. The flip side of that is you want an experience. You want to be able to engage with a process that opens you up to what is truly possible, and you don't want to miss out on that. All right. So um, that's basically, the pros and the cons. And of course, every year, we see that there are students that will be admitted into their dream schools, and then sometimes in the process, students change their mind and have to course correct, and that's okay. That's exactly what this process is about. All right, so I hope that you found this topic informative, and these insights something that you would consider as you are building your potential college list. Stay tuned. Of course, I would love to hear your comments and get feedback about how you are processing your college application lists, and what insights you might need some support with. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, that you're liking this video, and that you're staying tuned for what is to come on this phase. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.